Well, fellas, I am back on Dredge. I bought the DLC for it, and also something to note is that I'm now in my big ship. This is my first playthrough right here, so my ship is fully upgraded. Uh, I've got literally all the upgrades for it. Ton of space. I've got a few items you might not have seen before, some of this stuff, but let's see. When you buy the DLC, you can see all my markers here from my first playthrough. You've got a whole new area down here, and I'm going into this DLC completely blind. I have no idea what to expect, except for what I saw on like the advertisement for it on the PlayStation Store. I'm gonna try to go down to I guess Stellar Basin, and then head south from there to get to the DLC area. But I don't know. I don't really know how this is gonna work, the whole blind playthrough thing. But I guess I'll figure it out as I go. Maybe less cutaways and that kind of thing. Oh, I think I actually see it right over there. I don't recognize seeing that peak off in the distance. This DLC is not supposed to be that long. Well, I think it said it was like 3 to 5 hours, so I don't really know how many episodes it's going to take me to complete it, but I'm looking forward to seeing what we got up here. It's a good place I can dock here. This might be the trader actually. Down here to investigate the ice field too. It seems to have appeared out of nowhere. My best guess is that it drifted up from the south. Either way, I thought I should set up a pontoon here, but when I went to stake my claim, I noticed some old equipment on the ice. Come and check it out when you've got a second. In the meantime, I've got some new rods for sale. They'll be perfect for fishing in the ice around here. Before I look at that, let me see what she's got. Oh, we got ice fishing now. Let's see, I'll put this in storage. Let's see what the difference is here. Barbed ice rod, fishing speed 16%. Okay, glacial lance. Okay, glacial lance is more expensive, so I'm gonna buy that just because I'm assuming it's better. Let's see what we got up here. The traveling merchant has crossed over to the nearby iceberg and is inspecting some old pieces of metal. You approach. It's so weird. This stuff seems old, like really old. She kicks a large sheet of metal, half embedded in the ice. A thin layer of snow dislodges, revealing lines of rivet holes. And come in here, look. You follow her into a small makeshift shelter, ruined by years of harsh weather. Inside are some schematics nailed to a table, still barely legible. See how they angled these sheets? And the lining of the metal around the bow. Whoever was here, I think they were constructing an icebreaker. What's an icebreaker? It's a reinforced structure attached to the front of ships to help them safely cut a path through ice. With these plans, I could probably make another. She trudges outside again and paces out the length of the metal scraps on the ice. We've got most of the basic materials here already, but of course we're missing the most crucial pieces. An icebreaker needs specially tempered angled metal, as well as components designed to minimize the impact to your hull. I can't see any of those here, but Whoever left all this stuff here, maybe they left other pieces elsewhere. Or maybe you'll be able to find their old ship and salvage the icebreaker they already built. That would be convenient. Anyway, to build a new icebreaker, these are the parts we'll need. Okay, so I need 2. Well, that might be one big piece actually. And icebreaker plow half. Maybe it's 2 pieces. I'm not sure. I guess we will set out and start looking. Also, let's see if we can find any new fish down here. Oh yeah, that's definitely new there. Ice fish. Let me rearrange this. Well, I guess it don't really matter. See how much these guys sell for. Some other fish up here. Toothfish. Only one of them in that little spot, so I guess that guy might sell pretty good. Some more ice fish. What do we have here? A little boat. Fisherman, I didn't expect to see you this far south. Well, this is a fortunate turn of events. There's a narwhal somewhere in this ice field. I couldn't get any further in, so I've been trying to take a picture from here with no luck. I tried placing some scraps of fish on that ice sheet over there to entice it, but I didn't have enough to hold its attention for long. I only caught a glimpse. I don't suppose you have any fish you'd be prepared to donate to the pursuit of wildlife photography. Fill the space entirely with any fish you like. I can't imagine the narwhal is too picky. Okay, well, guess it's a good thing I fished these up. That's perfect. Now cut your engines. We need to wait in complete silence. I think I hear something under the ice. Darn. What on earth was that thing? I'm not sticking around to find out. Okay. Hopefully there's another dock up here. Let me see if I can look at my map. Nope. I hope I'll find a map for this place eventually. What is this? Oh, this looks like a part of that thing I need. Yeah, okay. Icebreaker plow half. Put it right here. Looks like I can dock here. Guess I'll dock and sleep for the night. A cold wind whistles through the doorway of the only cabin still standing. Behind it, a frozen over dig site is littered with tools and debris. Let me sleep real quick. You enter the small cabin. The door, long since fallen from its hinges, a rotting table sits inside. A crudely drawn map of the area has been charted onto a scrap of paper. You attach it to your own map. A large book sits on the table. It's well worn from the passage of time, but you can still read the words Captain's Log etched into the cover. You open the book, its frozen spine crackling for the first time in decades. Which entry do you want to read? I guess we'll start with the first one. Arrived at the floating sea, ice amidst a particularly thick fog. A few channels could be seen leading into the ice, though sizable chunks float in our way, posing a hazard. I have ordered us to moor against the outer ice wall while the engineers make adjustments to better prepare the vessel. The vessel was pursued by a particularly aggressive narwhal. Some men placed fish on the ice nearby in an effort to distract it. It appeared to work, though only for a time. It resurfaced and needed satiating repeatedly. If we can't find a more permanent solution to the beast, we'll have to make sure we keep enough fish on hand to placate it. As I lay falling asleep, the most almighty voice spoke unto me. It resounded from the thick ice below, at once both powerful and ethereal. There was no mistaking this as a trick of the wind, nor a jest by the crew. It did not pause for response or acknowledgment, but whispered a cryptic prophecy. At first I could not make sense of it. 3 listeners shall hear the heart, and that I should indulge these listeners. It spoke of boundless wealth from the stars and of eyes opening unto the world. The rest of my sleep was feverish, as my mind was plagued with the sound of the voice. It spun in my head, echoing even louder. In the morning, the boatswain and the navigator came to me separately, claiming to have heard a sound like a heartbeat as the men were digging yesterday. They indicated a desire to explore the eastern and western reaches of the ice field. I shall indulge them. Okay. Light pierces through the ice, intensifying and concentrating into a glow at the center. A dark form takes shape against the light. A distorted voice echoes from within. Don't disturb the ice. Who are you? Captain. The expedition. Chart the ice field. Appeared suddenly through the ice. What happened here? It whispered. Promised. Stones from the stars. It knew. 3 would hear. The heart beneath the ice. The voice grows louder. It commanded 3 listeners, 3 sacrifices for 3 eyes. I obeyed, but a 4th now sees, forever futile. The shadow is silent for a time, slumbering still. Should leave, it sees you before it whispers. Break the ice. Do not risk breaking. It senses, through the ice, through the shadows, no hope. Okay, it looks like I have to find an ice pick or something. Okay. I picked up a map, I think. Yeah, okay. Let's head over here and go to the west. Now that they mention it, I do kind of hear a heartbeat in my headphones. Tornado. What's this? Just some wood. Yep. Looks like I can put some fish here for that narwhal. Go ahead and grab some of these. Oh. Astral ice fish. Let me finish fishing and then I'll look at the description for that. another one. Fractaline icefish. Crystals of ice pierce through its body, distorting scales, teeth, and fins. Constellations of light dance through its body, stitching fin to flesh and spine to bone. Okay. I wonder if I can put aberrations here. Probably. I mean, I'm guessing the narwhal don't really care. Looks like I should have just enough. No more fish will fit on the pile. That should keep it satisfied, at least for a little while. Okay, so I guess if I don't feed that thing, it'll come after me. There's something up there, but I need an icebreaker to get to that. Ooh, what is that? Giant claw? Sheesh. There's somebody frozen in the ice there, too. You dock against a small platform of ice formed around a gigantic clawed hand. You are not the first to find this place. Remnants of a long-abandoned camp litter the ice. There are very few pieces that still remain. Whoever made camp here was poorly prepared. Inside a small bag, you find a leather-bound journal. 4th of June. The men spent the whole day digging. They passed up chunks of ice, some as brilliant as crystal, others of a deepest blue, more beautiful than sapphires. But none held the glow we had seen in the night. However, I did note a disturbance in the ice to the west. It began as a periodic distant rumble. As the men dug deeper, the pulsing quickened, strengthening until I could see the ice shifting on the surface. I shall have to inform the captain. It may well be that narwhal creature we saw earlier, though this did seem much larger. As I write this, I can already feel my eyes closing. It will have to wait until the morning. This morning the captain appeared out of the fog, rowing alone. Apparently the boatswain remains at a camp in the east waiting for nightfall. They were unsuccessful in their search, but it does make sense that the lights would be more visible at night. Tomorrow we're to journey together to the west towards the shifting ice that I reported. We are alone on a small island of ice. After hours of rowing through the narrow channels, it rose through the fog, a gargantuan, monstrous claw reaching from the deep. Whatever creature it once belonged to must be long dead, as the claw is frozen solid. I wanted to turn back immediately, but the captain insisted we investigate. He's on edge, his head turning this way and that, listening for the slightest sound. He is convinced something will happen after dark. As the last light from the cold sun fades, I have the sense that it will be a long night. An unnatural spire of ice stands above scraps of snowed-over equipment. A dark shape twists within. A voice calls out, distant and distorted. Trapped forever, this prison. Get me out. Break it. Somehow free me. Who are you? The navigator. Find safe passage. Chart the ice. It came from beyond. What happened? The digging. The cracked ice, like a web, awoke the ice heart. I told him, whispers in the west. Took the boatswain east. Returned alone. The dark figure shudders, sending vibrations through the ice. The next day, rode here. The captain saw the claws, gripped my soul. He insisted, made camp shadow of the beast, waiting for the stars. In the night, I saw his shape, suddenly swallowed by the cold. In the dark, he left me. Okay, well, I'm guessing I'll have to find that ice pick and then return to break all these guys out of the ice. Here's another piece of the icebreaker. It's getting late, so I think I might just sleep here. Oh, let me see what this is first, though. Looks like a goblin shark. Oh, I was correct. I bet the aberration of that will be freaky. The guy here in the ice said something about them heading west. I don't know if that was meaning for me to go out here or what. Something to try and remember. Barely made it past that. There's another spot I can place some fish. Nice. Is that another claw? It's like a piece of the icebreaker right here. Oh, yeah. Whoops. Okay. Another makeshift camp constructed in the shadow of a frozen, clawed hand. Someone was seeking these out. You rummage through the pile of equipment in the snow. Most items are stuck fast to the ice, but inside a small backpack you find an old journal. 2nd of June. Captain ordered us to make camp on the ice in the center of the lagoon. After we saw those lights in the ice, everyone got treasure on their minds. Treasure hunting isn't exactly what the expedition was commissioned for, but given the captain gets the lion's share of whatever we find, it doesn't surprise me that he's willing to bend the rules a bit. We'll start digging after the camp's done. Spent the day digging down in the ice. Shovels and ice picks. Can't remember the last time I was this tired. We were only allowed 2 short breaks all day. Down in the pit, as I rested with my back against the ice, I started hearing something. It was different to the sounds of the picks. They were short and sharp. This was low, a rumble from deeper down. On my first break, it was occasional, only a few each minute. By my second break, it had quickened, like a heartbeat. The captain overheard me telling some others about the sound I heard in the pit. Before I knew it, I was in front of his desk. Sure, I was about to have my pay docked. To my great surprise, he seemed to know something of it already. He was keen on hearing it described over and over. He wants me to help locate the source of it. When he pressed me on it further, I said it did seem to be coming from the east. Tomorrow we are setting off to see if we can find it. Perhaps I should get a bonus after this is done. Okay, well, let's see what this guy has to say. An unnatural spire of ice stands above scraps of snowed-over equipment. An anguished voice cries from deep within the ice. Help me. Frozen. So many years. Free me. Please, break the ice. I am the boatswain, the expedition, the terror. Please, break the ice. The figure contorts through painful shapes. We saw lights dancing in ice, dug deep, didn't know. I heard it. The heart beating under ice, the cracking, waking, the noises. In the east, I went. The captain brought him here to find it. The hand in the night, shadow of claws. The darkness shrinks. I turned away. Just a moment. The pain, the claws, my back, so cold, so dark, under ice. Huh. I see a light over there on the right. Let's see what direction is that in? That's to the west. Guess like right over here maybe is where I saw that light. What in the world is that? Lizard fish. Feral lizard fish. Let me read the descriptions for some of these. I'm pretty sure I caught another one. A bipedal body burgeons with primitive limbs, preparing for an ascent. Okay, here's the astral. Yeah, thawed ice fish. Globs of flesh drip from this fish, its departure from the icy waters causing an instant, irreversible reaction. Slide on through. Never mind. Okay. Well, crap. Should have seen that coming. That just gives me an excuse to go back to the trader, though, and sell all this fish and start putting these things on the icebreaker. I'm guessing I'm going to find the pieces of that icebreaker before I find the ice pick so that I can save them guys. And I use the term save pretty loosely because I think they might be a lost cause. Okay, let's sell this junk. Discard that. I guess that goblin shark probably rotted. Oops. Okay, repair that. Oh, I might actually have all the pieces I need. I do. That's everything. Let me just warm my hands up a little, and then I'll get started. Sweet. Alright, I think that should do it. The front of your ship can now break through chunks of ice. Go ahead and test it out. I'll be watching from here. I'm gonna rest first before I do that. Oh, I forgot to mention, just let me know if you want to temporarily remove that icebreaker. I can swap it out at any of my pontoons. Okay, store that ring. Looks like the icebreaker doesn't actually go in my storage, so that's good. Or my cargo, rather. Let me check my time. Dang, I've already been recording almost 35 minutes. I'll test out this icebreaker and then I'll, Oh yeah, nice. Now that's pretty mint. Go ahead and cut a swath through here. And it seems like I was worried that if the ice hit like the side of my ship, it would damage my hull, but that don't seem to be the case, which is very good. Alrighty. So far, I'm enjoying this, just like I knew I would, so... Let me see. I've been looking through the schematics we found before, and there are plans here for another device, too. They're for an ice shaper. That's different from your ice breaker, by the way. It's for cutting chunks of ice. If you find the missing device, I'll be able to use the machine to harvest ice blocks for refrigeration. The blocks of ice can be packed in your cargo to slow fish spoilage. Pretty handy, right? This is what the missing ice shaper looks like. Okay. Well, in the next episode, we'll continue exploring this place. And I guess I will see you guys then.